Hello traders, this is Rich from tradesight. This is a look at our market leading stocks via our proprietary scans for the coming session. This is going to be for Tuesday, November 12th. The market's experiencing very light volume today. We've got this quasi holiday going right now where today's Veterans Day and the domestic banks are closed, so the trading action is very muted. But we do have some signals here, especially in the NASDAQ patch. NASDAQ patch is biased to the buy side. Seeing some real good price action out of First Solar, which is expanding the range to the upside and continuing from the breakaway gap to the upside. Looking at the financials, this is where we're kind of getting back to the market generals, and here the action is pretty muted. Not much in the way of signals. We've got a buy signal in Morgan Stanley. That one's closing pretty strongly, about 2.5% above the day's open. But again, very light volume for most of the issues here. They're mostly showing volume deviations to the downside. Energy patch a little bit to the sell side maybe, but there's only really just a few signals here. But on balance, the signals are to the downside here. In the generals, really light volume. Nothing's really sticking out too much except for Hewlett. HPQ's putting up a differential sell signal. It's 2.2% off of the day's open, so we're going to see a pretty bearish candle. A bullish candle with a bearish topping tail right now on the daily chart. Housing names, not too much here. One to buy, one to sell, so on balance, no real signals here. Volume's very muted. Transportation's not really too much going on here. Norfolk Southern NSC is having a fairly strong session, as is CSX. And finally, the commodity names. Commodity prices today are a bit mixed. Oil's a little bit higher, but gold isn't doing too much. Silver wheaton's showing a camouflage buy. Arch right now has a conflicted condition that'll probably sell itself out before the end of the day and by the close. That one's on really light volume. All right, folks, not too much on the scans today, but we expect that we're going to have much more later on in the week. We've got some big refunding coming from the Treasury Department, so hopefully we'll get things going a little bit better later on in the week after we get away from this quasi-holiday. As always, thanks for listening. This has been Rich for tradesight.